Hello. So the first few seconds of this are going to be a tech test, I guess. So in the chat room, let me know if you can hear me and see me, please. Who we got? Anybody? So Carmen can hear me. Hi, Carmen. Who else do we have? Good evening, Sam. Sir, that's pretty formal. How's the sound, guys? This is literally the first time I've done this. I've got a microphone set up, all that kind of thing. So you can hear and see me. Brilliant. Is it a bit grainy? My bit looks grainy. I'm guessing it's quite low res. Quite low res. Yeah, so as I say, I'm sitting here bored in a hotel room in Walthamstow in London at the moment, and I'm looking to you lot to entertain me. Hello, Jennifer McDonald. Yo. See, that's a bit more informal, Sam. We got a yo, not a good evening, sir. So how's your day been? Has it been all right? What have people been doing? I can tell you about my day if you want. I'm down here for my works Christmas do, because it's that time of year, isn't it? So I've been in a very, very hipster pub in Islington this evening. Yeah, so I had interesting sweet potato chips in a weird enamel bowl. That was fun. And then some beer battered onion rings. That was also fun. Then we played Jenga on the table, and I found out that my boss is extremely competitive, which wasn't nice. Oh, yeah, and we did one of those escape room things in, I think it's called Breakout Rooms on Holloway Road. Never done one of those before. Very, very weird experience. So that because of copyright reasons, they can't use any actual characters. So we did this thing called the Black Wing experience, which was basically a Batman ripoff. Hello, Anna. Good to see you. Yeah, so we did an escape room thing in a Batman ripoff situation. So, hi, Geeky Brummy. No, Sam, we didn't exactly make it out in time. So there were 5 of us in the room, and you had an hour to solve various puzzles. You imagine something like Crystal Maze, but it's a lot less mechanical than that. You're not really doing things like, putting pegs in correctly shaped holes or rolling metal balls down things or climbing stuff. It's all very tech-based. So we had to solve all these various clues that give you numerical answers and then type codes into different pads and all this kind of stuff. It was pretty stressful. Actually, the staff were pretty engaged. I mean, maybe it was where we were, but so yeah, it was in Holloway Road in North London. So everyone in there was sort of pencil thin, check shirts, covered in tattoos, exciting facial hair, those kind of people. So no, the staff were really nice. And they gave you a walkie-talkie so you could ask for clues, which we did regularly. And yeah, so you get an hour in there to solve all these things. Yes, you did, didn't you? You did an escape one, Geeky Rummies. It's on one of your podcasts, isn't it? Anyone who's on here now and who doesn't subscribe to Geeky Brummy podcast, you really, really should. I'm going to be on the next one. Is it the next one, Ryan? I assume it's Ryan typing this. Let's see how quick you can type. So anyway, yeah. You get an hour. We have to do all these puzzles. Before you get taken into the room, they show you this leaderboard with all these photographs on, like you get at those restaurants where it's the people who've eaten the most burgers and that kind of stuff. It's like this leaderboard. And the people who won this particular room that we'd been in managed to do it in like 29 minutes, which is absurd. Absolutely absurd. We'd got to 29 minutes and we still hadn't worked out how to get the lights on. So yeah, anyway, we did all the puzzles. That was all fun. They were all vaguely Batman themed, but they couldn't say it was Batman themed. And yeah, the hour elapsed. We got let out, and we were told that we did in fact solve all the puzzles, but we didn't quite do it in exactly 60 minutes. So yeah, we got out, but we certainly didn't get on the leaderboard anyway. But yeah, it was the first time I did it. Hello, Sayerix. Is that how you say that? Sayerix? You've got lots of double letters there. Yeah, so we didn't get on the leaderboard, but we did it. I guess it was supposed to be a bonding experience. And we certainly, well, we trauma bonded, put it that way. We felt more like we'd sort of survived some strange trauma. But yeah, I would never really advise you getting locked in a darkened room with 4 people you only really know from work. It creates a level of intimacy that you're probably not prepared for. Yeah. So that's been my day anyway. We also did our Secret Santa thing. They're always fun, aren't they? Speaking of strangers and work and levels of intimacy you weren't expecting. So yeah, we did our Secret Santa. Do you want to see what I got? I've got them here. I can do a sort of, I can do a quick product review if you want. Right. Yes, I am away from work a lot. I work from home. I'm based in Birmingham, but our head office is in London, so I have to come down here on a fairly regular basis. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a Travelodge in Walthamstow. It's not exactly the Hilton, but yeah, I can't reveal what I do. Yeah, I have to sign the Official Secrets Act. Can't reveal that. Right. Should we have a look what I got from a Secret Santa? Should we do that, yeah? Right. First thing I got was this. It is that small. And I think it's full of Smarties. Oh yeah, mini Smarties. Mini Smarties in a mini Father Christmas. Best before the end of... It says best before end, and it doesn't tell you where to look. Normally it says best before end, see Santa's arse or something. But it's not going. Yeah, to be fair, it's only because we went to eat after the office party that this survived the trip on the tube today. I had a really weird experience on the tube. I was in a carriage all by myself. That's never happened to me before. Normally I travel in rush hour and the tube's packed. But I was on the Victoria line coming to Walthamstow, and I was in an empty carriage, just me. It was very American Werewolf. I was not happy. But yeah, I got it. So let's should we open this and see what it's like? Okay, if I can get into it. So we've got 21 grams of chocolate. There we go. So have a look. Oh, it hasn't melted either. That's good. Sorry, I haven't done unwrappings before. I should be doing this on camera, shouldn't I? Let's have a go. Let's see what we got. I wonder if it'll actually look like Santa inside, or it's one of those cheap ones where it's just a blob of chocolate with a Santa wrapping. Let's have a look. Yeah, I was right. So that's what the wrapper tells you you're getting. This is what you get. What the hell is that? That is not Father Christmas, is it? Look, quick side by side. Can you all see that? The hell? Yeah, I think it could be a rabbit one without the ears. Yeah, exactly. It's. I feel cheated, to be honest. Luckily, I didn't pay for it. It's actually melting in my fingers now. That's not very pleasant. Well, I say unboxing, Carmen. It's an unwrapping, more likely. It does look like a potato. It's a chocolate potato. Or a poo, Ryan, yeah, if you want to lower the tone. Thank you. I'm going to go with potato. Or, if you want to keep it topical, it looks a bit like Mr. Blobby. Yeah, Francis, that is not a Santa. I'm going to have to either eat this or put it down because it's melting. Shall we see if there's any Smarties inside it? Should we do that? You could use it for that, Anna, but it's already starting to melt. I wouldn't recommend that. Right, Right, if you're of a sensitive disposition, look away because I'm going to break its head off. Let's try this. Oh, well, that was quite a clean break. Quite a clean break. Right, there we go. So I'm going to tip out the contents into this handy tray. Your sister just asked you who Mr. Blobby was. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. She doesn't need to know. She really doesn't. Right. Ooh. Right. I've tipped out the contents. Sorry, I've got chocolate all over my fingers. That can't sound good. And we have got a grand total of, I don't know if you can see that, 7 miniature Smarties. 7 miniature Smarties. Look at the size of that. Wait. Oh, I've dropped one. Are you all right if I try one? Let's try. Yeah, Rhiannon, do not tell your sister about Mr. Blobby. Do not Google pictures of Mr. Blobby. Certainly don't send Paul Gannon any pictures of Mr. Blobby. He'll get very upset. Yes, Anna, I'm going to have to make these last. They are tiny. They're more like, well, they're more like pills. I mean, look at that. That's not a Smartie. That's horrendous. Right, I'm going to put these down. And I'm also going to put, look, there's my beheaded Santa, stroke rabbit, stroke Mr. Blobby, stroke poo, not sure what it is. Oh, its head split open. I'm going to have to show you that. Hold on. Ugh. Ah. His head split open. Yeah, I'm going to eat one. Sorry. I don't know how I feel about eating on camera or on microphone. A lot of the stuff I listen to and watch, they do food reviews. If you like, if you're into Cheap Show, if you like Ash and stuff like that, they're always doing food reviews. And I always get a bit when they're actually eating the stuff, like crunching crisps and stuff on camera and mic. So I'm very conscious if I'm making eating noises. Sorry about that. Right, shall we see the second gift that I got from my Secret Santa? You ready for that? Let's have a look. Right, big reveal. It is Juggling Brussels sprouts. I'm not sure what that advert is that you're referring to, Anna, by the way. Sorry. So, yeah. Juggling Brussels sprouts. So they're from Wilco. It says, are you a juggling genius? Will you discover a hidden talent? Easy to play, difficult to master. Contents are 3 printed juggling balls. Not suitable for children under 36 months. Small parts and a small ball. Right. I need to stop reading there because it says here it's a small ball and it's a choking hazard. Choking hazard, apparently. Thanks, Cyrix. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. Yeah, this is a choking hazard, apparently. So let's just do a comparison. Miniature Smartie, not a choking hazard. Juggling Sprout, choking hazard. Very odd. So, yeah, obviously you get one of those. Two of those. There's 2. I shall put that there. And obviously the third, 3 juggling balls. Right. So it says learn to juggle in 3 easy steps. Shall I try it? Ryan's already suggesting I should try it. Yes, Carmen, it will be interesting. Right. Wait, yeah, lights getting smashed. Luckily, all the lights are out of reach. You can see the luxurious surroundings I'm in. Yeah, nothing's getting smashed. We're all good. And with the price of the minibar, I'm not getting smashed either. Right. Let's have a look. So, let's read the instructions. Step 1. 1 ball. Keeping your hands at around waist height. Throw the ball from one hand to the other in an arc at about eye level. Are you ready? Right, here we are. Yep, that's pretty straightforward. Doisnog says cheat. What's that mean? I'm not cheating. Right. Step 2, 2 balls. Start with 1 ball in each hand. Throw the first ball. I am deceiving you. I can do this, but I'm not going to be able to do it on camera. Let's try. You ready? Here we are. How was that? Just going to retrieve the ball. There we go. Juggling sprouts. Come on, no applause, nothing. No. I thought that was pretty good. I still want to know why Doisnog said cheat. Oh, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Right. I didn't finish the review, did I? I didn't finish reading what was in the box. So let's have a look. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. So yeah, choking hazard. I couldn't get past that. Choking hazard. No, not a choking hazard. Recommended for ages 6+. Adult supervision is recommended. Shit. Didn't do that, did I? Hello, Taz. Good to see you, sir. Remove all packaging and similar attachments before giving this toy to a child. Didn't do that, did I? Keep away from naked flames and other sources of heat. Colour and contents may vary. Now that troubles me because it says clearly that they're juggling Brussels sprouts. So if the colour changed, they would no longer be Brussels sprouts because Brussels sprouts are green. And the contents may vary. So if it's anything other than Brussels sprouts, then this is no longer a box of juggling Brussels sprouts. That's confusing. Please retain this information for future reference. Has anyone ever kept their box for future reference? Ryan, I was just getting to that, sir. Yes, I will check that for you. So they are widely recycled, apparently. And the Wilco promise is I can love them or bring them back. And they were produced in China for Wilco. And 0 out of 3 sad onions. Yes, very sad onion. Look at that. Very sad onion. I would be a sad onion if I had 3 Brussels sprouts to juggle. Yeah. So yeah, that was my my Secret Santa gifts. Let's put those back in there. I don't know how the person felt about the Secret Santa gift I bought because it was hastily grabbed from the paper chase stand in Euston Station on my way into the office, and then had some wrapping paper in a bag that I bought from home and quickly wrapped it. It was a little robot thing with elastic arms and legs and a head and stuff like that. I guess it's some kind of stress toy or something like that. I didn't give it much thought, to be fair, so I imagine the person's going to be pretty disappointed with it. But I'm kind of happy with my juggling Brussels sprouts. Yeah. So, anyway, do you, the collected 17 people, have any questions for me? Because I feel I've pretty much exhausted all my entertainment possibilities for you. I've beheaded Father Christmas. You didn't expect that. I've eaten some miniature Smarties, which are tiny Smarties, and I've juggled. I could make a cup of tea with a tiny kettle. That wouldn't be very entertaining. There's my tiny Travelodge kettle. Look at the size of it. It's a Corby as well. I thought they only made trouser presses, but apparently they make tiny kettles as well. Doisnog, we can't get the Christmas tree out of the loft. Doisnog is also known as Mrs. Jaws 19, and she's decided to get the Christmas tree out of the loft while I'm in a hotel in London. Sorry. Have you bought the puppet? No, I'm in a Travelodge, and I probably should have, shouldn't I? Because all their marketing materials got puppets on it. Look. Ew. But those adverts freak me out. Yes, thank you, Seymour. I will return, well, tomorrow to retrieve the Christmas tree. Okay. So, no, sorry, Ryan, I did not bring the puppet. It's a bit difficult to bring the puppet with me to work. It's quite large. If I took it into the office, I would have to answer a whole load of questions about why have I brought a puppet into work? 1. 2, why does that puppet look like me? So, yeah, it just raises a lot of questions that I don't really want to go into with corporate business types in my office. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, several months back, not long after the channel started, I did a video about my 5 favorite movie puppets. And to present the video, I used a puppet version of myself, which was made by my amazingly talented wife. So yeah, you can check out that video, please, about my favorite movie puppets. And at the end of the video, there's a little montage which shows how it was made, which still amazes me to this day. I don't know how she did it. It was stunning. Yeah, Taz, it's great. You should definitely check out that video. And I can let you know that the puppet will be making a return to the channel soon. I'm going to be interviewing somebody with it, but I'm not going to say who that is yet. But all of you gamer types out there should know who the subject of that interview is. So I'm looking forward to getting at the puppet. Okay, I've got another question. Francis says, what is your favourite film of the year? Good question. Got a few. I think on the big screen, the best film I probably saw was Halloween. Now, I'm not a massive horror nut myself, but I felt that this was the big screen. Plus, my oldest son really wanted to see it at the cinema as well. And it's not much fun going to the cinema on your own because you've got no one to talk about the film with when you leave afterwards. I know some people really do enjoy the solitary cinema experience, but I do prefer to go with someone else. So you got someone to either rant about or rave about the film when you leave the theatre. So yeah, Halloween probably. It was unexpectedly brilliant, if I'm honest. I saw the first Halloween years and years ago. Kind of enjoyed that. Didn't really get on board with any of the sequels, although I know they have a range of critical receptions. But yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of the sequels. And I also saw the rebooted sort of remake that Rob Zombie made, and that was okay. That was passable. Had some good moments. Added probably a bit more backstory than we needed, but it was okay. Didn't see the sequel to that. I'm told it's horrendous. But this one was brilliant. I like the fact it was led by a very strong trio of female leads. Very well written, beautifully shot. Yeah, just a great film. And on the small screen, my favourite film of the year was probably Annihilation on Netflix. That was stunningly good. Really, really good. Again, another film led by a female cast. Got Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson, and Oscar Isaacs, who's not a female. Yes, Anna, Annihilation was really good. It looked amazing. I don't know if you've all seen it. If you haven't, get on it. It's bloody brilliant. It's directed by Alex Garland, who did Ex Machina, which is also a fantastic sci-fi. Pretty small film, fairly low budget, Ex Machina, but it looks amazing. It's got some fantastic ideas in it. And Annihilation was the same as well. It's a film of ideas. It's almost got too many ideas in it sometimes, and they seem to fight for space on the screen. But yeah, really, really good film. It's got kind of time travel-y, sci-fi, parallel dimension kind of stuff going on. Really, really imaginative and excellent. I like films that take chances. I like films that aren't just formulaic A, B, C, D, E, F ending. I'd rather have a film that takes some chances, takes some risks, and if 7 out of 10 of those hit, I'm happy with that. I haven't seen The Predator. I'm not normally one to shy away from films because of a critical response. I'm much rather make my own decision about a film, and yet it's been pretty mauled. But yeah, the Predator I haven't seen yet. I am going to watch it. Just because I love the original. I love Predator 2. Kind of liked Predators with Adrian Brody, most unlikely of male action leads. And that was okay. I didn't mind that one so much. But yeah, not got round to seeing The Predator yet. But yeah, I'm not going to write it off until I've seen it. Yeah. Anything really surprise you on how good or bad it was? That's a good question. Surprised by how bad something was? No, I can't answer that, to be honest. I don't think I've started a film this year that I haven't got through and kind of enjoyed. Nothing's been so bad that I've either switched it off or walked away. But yeah, to go back to Halloween, I was surprised at how good that was. I thought that was really good. There was a film I watched recently called You Were Never Really Here, Lynn Ramsey's latest. I'd heard that was quite bleak and unpleasant, but I wanted to watch it anyway because I do like Lynn Ramsey's work, and I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. So that kind of answers your question. I really did enjoy that. It is dark and it is bleak. If you've seen any of Lynn Ramsey's work before, you'll know she's no stranger to the darker side of the human experience. But yeah, it was a great film. Joaquin Phoenix is bloody brilliant in it. Not seen Mandy yet. I've heard it's a bit gory, and I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to gore. I'm not into blood and guts, but I have heard it's absolutely insane. And it surprised me to see Andrea Riseborough in the cast of that one. I like her. She's done some great stuff. I thought she was brilliant in Birdman. But yeah, I fancy Mandy. I'll watch Mandy, I think. And yeah, I know there are gorier films out there. I was recently listening to the Skip to the End podcast. I don't know if any of you listened to that. And they did their most disturbing films, their top 3 disturbing films. And as they were reading through their list of things like Martyrs, Salo, Serbian film, Human Centipede, what's that one? Audition, all these kind of films. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near any of those films. That one didn't come up, Hannah. That one didn't come up. How am I feeling about Venom? I want to see it. I'm surprised that it's got that weird disconnect, hasn't it, between the critical response and the audience response. Critically, it got fairly chewed up, but the audience really got on board with it, and it made a ton of money. So yeah, I'm keen to see Venom. I want to see it. I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy. I don't think I've seen a Tom Hardy film that I didn't like. I've pretty much seen him since Bronson came out, and I thought there's an actor to watch. I liked him in Locke. I thought that was a great film that not many people have seen. If you're a Tom Hardy fan, you should definitely watch Locke. It's a film where the action entirely takes place with him in a car driving, I think, between Birmingham and Wales. Brilliant film. He was brilliant in Mad Max, great in Dark Knight Rises. I know he gets a bit of stick for his Bane voice, but it's still a good performance as far as I'm concerned. Great in Warrior. Yeah, so Tom Hardy, I will literally watch him in anything. He was great in the TV show Taboo as well, which I think is coming back for a second season, isn't it? Yeah, so I'll watch Tom Hardy in anything. I'll definitely go and watch Venom. I need to make my own mind up. Do we have any more movie-based questions? Doing quite well with these. Anything else anybody wants to know about my my film watching habits? What I have seen, what I haven't seen, what I'm looking forward to. Favorite Stallone stroke Arnie film? Good question. Okay, my favorite Stallone film. I've got a couple because I do like Stallone. Probably mid-period Stallone. So anything from Rocky IV, which is my favorite of the Rocky films. Absolutely adore Rocky IV. Fond memories of seeing that at the cinema when I was 9 when that came out, and my uncle Stephen took me to see Rocky IV at the cinema, and I adored that film. And because I've got dark hair and my best friend had blonde hair, I would always play Rocky, he would always play Drago, and we would always, fight in his living room, and I would always win. So I reckon Rocky IV is probably one of my favourite Stallone movies, and I'm a big fan of Demolition Man. I think Demolition Man's a brilliant film. Really, really enjoy that. Rob Schneider gets a bit annoying in it, but I think it's a great film. It's a great sci-fi. It looks good. It's got some fun ideas in it. Wesley Snipes is brilliant. Lays it on with a trowel. I think he's really fun to watch. Jesse the Body Ventura pops up in there as one of the dispensable goons. He's brilliant in it. Sandra Bullock, fantastic. It's got a great cast. It's a great film. I really enjoy Demolition Man. Arnie films, again, probably mid-period Arnie. So not the super early stuff, not like going back to Hercules in New York or any of that early stuff, but I reckon Commando is a great Arnie film. Running Man, Total Recall, that kind of era of Arnie. I'm a big fan of those late 80s, early 90s Arnie movies. So they're probably my favourite Arnie films. My best Arnie quote, only one allowed. My best Arnie quote. I'm expected to do it in an accent. Chill out. There you go. My sister asks if you've seen the film Truth or Dare that came out this year. I haven't, Rhiannon. I haven't seen Truth or Dare. I don't actually know anything about that, so I will Google that when we've finished on here, and I will find out what that is. Yeah, Sandra Bullock was great in that film, Taz. She was really good. I really did enjoy that. Yeah. So what's Truth or Dare about then? Should I Google it while we're doing it? What are this? Nobody knows what the shells are for. Nobody knows what the shells are for. You're going to see a man look up things on a computer. Right. I haven't seen Lock Up. That was a while ago, wasn't it? No, I didn't see Ghost Stories. Is it still on Netflix? That's the Andy Nyman one, isn't it? Did not see that. I'm going to look up Truth or Dare because I need to know what this is. I'm never one to ignore a recommendation. Truth or Dare. Here we go. Oh, right. Okay. No, I don't know anything about that, so it will be on my watch list. Thank you for that recommendation. Yes, Anna, I'm pretty sure that Ghost Stories popped up on Netflix. So yeah, I do plan to watch that because I do like Andy Nyman. He's done some good stuff. He wrote Dead Set, didn't he, with Charlie Brooker, and he was also in it. That was great. Housebroken Geek. Hello, Pip. How you doing? Best worst film you've seen this year. Doesn't have to actually be released this year. Good question. Now, I'm not a fan of talking about the things I enjoyed the least or my worst films. As you well know, I'm a big fan of only talking about things I enjoy and ignoring those things I don't like rather than spreading the negativity. So, oh, thanks, Anna. I will try and get a physical copy then because I do want to see that. So the worst film I've seen this year. I'm going to say Apocalypse Now. And if you go back to my previous video, the one before the Geeky Brummy one, you'll find out why. It wasn't a bad film, but I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't enjoy that film. And I know it's a great film. I know it's a technically brilliant film. I'm not going to argue that point. But it wasn't, for me, a good film watching experience. And it's not one I'm going to repeat in any time soon. Best film I've seen this year. We've already been through that, Pip, but I'll go back to it. The best film I've seen this year, probably Halloween, closely followed by Annihilation. I was pleasantly surprised with Ready Player One. I saw episode I can't even do the count now. What episode is it? 8? The Last Jedi. I saw that this year. I enjoyed that a hell of a lot. I'm not afraid to say that. I thought it was a great film. Okay, what's this one? How about Aquaman? Will it pull DC out of their difficult period? No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will. I think it's going to make a lot of money, and I think critically it's going to go over okay, but I think it's going to be dismissed as fluff and not very substantial, and certainly won't have any of the kind of it won't attract the kind of critical weight that the Marvel films seem to attract. I don't know why, but it seems critics don't treat DC properties as sympathetically as they do Marvel, which is a shame, and that seems to become a kind of feedback loop, and their films seem to try to predict what critics want, get it wrong, get knotted up in reshoots and re-edits, and ultimately then release a mess, which ends up disappointing fans and just creates more of this kind of negative feedback loop. What I think they need to do is just pick an idea, pick a style, pick a theme, and stick to it and commit to it, and not bother about test audiences or critical response or anything like that. Just make a film they want to make and go with it. I think the closest we got to that was the Nolan Batman trilogies. They weren't made with anything in mind other than Nolan's vision, and it worked brilliantly. He didn't make films for mass appeal. He didn't make those films for a huge kind of dumbed down audience. He just made the films he wanted to make and used the Batman and DC universe to populate it, and he pulled it off. And I think that's what they need to start doing again. If any of that made any sense to you. Good question, though. Good question. Do I think DC's criticism is unwarranted? Is it all on the critics being less favourable to them over Marvel? I don't think it's all on the critics. I think objectively their films aren't as good as Marvel's. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Taz. Yeah, the Marvel struggle with villains, DC struggle with heroes, and I think that's difficult. The Marvel Cinematic Universe hasn't always given their villains the best shake, and I think the same's true of DC. They've had the greatest villains, but they've not always done the best job with their heroes. I refer you to how they've treated Superman recently. Superman is not supposed to be a sort of grumpy goth. He's supposed to be the world's biggest Boy Scout, and I think I don't think they've done that character any favors. You're not supposed to watch a Superman film and be annoyed by Superman. You're supposed to love the guy and worship the guy and think he's the greatest thing ever, just like I felt when I saw the Christopher Reeve Superman films when I was a young kid in the 80s. So yeah, I think that's half the problem there. Yeah. Okay. Any more cinema-based questions or any questions at all? You can ask me pretty much anything you want to. I can't promise a coherent answer. It's getting rather late and I've been up since stupid o'clock. And eating a lot of greasy food in a pub. So I'm having a big old carb crash in a minute. Yeah. Okay. So if none of you have got any more cinema-based questions, I might wrap this up. I've given 40 minutes almost. Suicide Squad kind of yeah. Not going to disagree with that, Taz. Suicide Squad did a complete bodge job on the Joker. I'll be interested to see what Joaquin Phoenix does with the character, but I wish they'd just settle on one actor to play one Joker in one universe. Very annoying. That's something else DC mess up. Okay, what about cartoons? What are my favourites? My favourite cartoons? What, on the TV or animated movies? A question that rescued me from ending the stream. I'm going to have a miniature Smartie. Is that all right with everybody? Miniature Smartie. Miniature Smartie. Favourite cartoons? Well, my favourite TV cartoons are, well, from when I was a kid, it would be, I like Jason the World Warriors. That was particularly awesome. I like Transformers and I like GoBots, which I know is sacrilege. Never seen American Dad, Taz. What are the TV cartoons that I like as a kid? I like Scooby-Doo. I like the Flintstones. I liked all the classic stuff. I like Top Cat. Hated D'Artagnan and the Bloody Muskehounds. I don't know anybody who likes that show. Awful program. D'Artagnan and the Muskehounds. It used to be on children's BBC in the afternoon, and it would very rapidly get switched over to ITV. Yeah, Tom and Jerry, total classic. Can't go wrong with there. Yeah, D'Artagnan and the Muskehounds, terrible. Current cartoons that I love Regular Show, Adventure Time, Adventures of Gumball. I think they're all amazing, and big fan of those. What we got here? Pip says, which older actor's career could get revitalized by doing an action movie? E.g. Liam Neeson doing Taken, Keanu Reeves doing John Wick. So another older actor who could do action movies. I'm always amazed at how old Keanu Reeves is. That guy does not age. I don't think there's any actors around at the moment who aren't doing action movies. There is nothing stopping them. If you think of the action stars at the moment, they're all pretty old men. I mean, Tom Cruise is in his 50s. Bruce Willis is still knocking around and doing action movies. As we've said, yeah, John Wick's cracking on. Keanu Reeves, he's cracking on a bit. Harrison Ford is still talking about doing another Indiana Jones movie. He's recently done the last Star Wars movie. So I think there's plenty of old men doing action movies. Yes, Rick and Morty. How could I forget Rick and Morty? Love Rick and Morty. Absolutely love Rick and Morty. And now Doisnog is singing the One for All and All for One Muskehounds theme tune. Earworm. Yes, of course, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Of course it is. Takes place at Christmas. It's a Christmas movie. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, right. I am going to go now because it's getting late. I'm going to make use of the shower in this hotel room, and then I'm going to go to beddy buys. So thanks everybody for stopping by. I really appreciate your company, keeping me from getting too bored. I will see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and like and bell, and see me on Twitter at Jaws19show and all that stuff that you lot do anyway, because you wouldn't have been here otherwise. Bye.